This is Deva, your financial literacy plug. Here are 6 things you can do to outwit these loan sharks. Now, before I proceed any further, I do not want anybody to get the impression that I'm doing a kind of Koniman die, Koniman bury kind of thing. Not really, because I did start out by saying that you should not have any dealings with illegal business entities. But in the event that you are already in trouble because of their gestapo tactics, here are a few things that you can do to protect yourself. First and foremost, the most important thing is do not panic. Keep your wits about you. It's not the end of the world. Yes, nobody wants to have their reputation maligned, lied to, possibly to potential business partners, acquaintances, and so on. But well, let's face it, it has happened. And the thing is, it's no longer novel. Times are so hard at the moment in the country that I think practically everybody knows at least one person who has gotten into trouble with loan sharks. So it's nothing new anymore. It's nothing to climb the wall over. Relax. Keep your wits about you. Do not panic. Point number 2, if you can help it, warn at least your close friends and family members ahead of time. Just prepare people's minds. At this point, you have nothing to lose because they're going to send the damaging messages to everybody in your contact list anyway. If you ever doubted them, it has happened to many people. So it's a threat they're usually very happy to carry out. At this point, like I said, you've got nothing to lose. You can actually go on social media and say, hey, listen, this is the actual situation. I borrowed this amount of money. I was hoping to pay back. The duration they've given me to pay back is too short. I will not be able to meet it. They're already threatening that they will impugn my reputation and malign my character. This is the reason why. So if you receive such messages, please be kind enough to ignore or delete. I am still the person you've always known me to be. I have not stolen money. I have not run away. I do not have any exotic illness that I'm being accused of. In fact, one person was unlucky enough that these loan sharks went ahead to publish his obituary, which I found extremely unintelligent. Because if by your admission this client is dead, well, then they don't owe you to pay you back. Okay? So that is point number 2. Warn friends and family members ahead. If you can send them direct text messages, that's fine. If you cannot do that across board, you can put it in your WhatsApp status, you can put it on social media, Facebook, Twitter, wherever it is. You've got nothing to lose at this point. Point number 3. Report to this federal government agency. It is known as the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FTCC. Report them immediately. Now, the FTCC, headed by Mr. Tunde Irukera, based on what I get off of social media, especially Twitter, people seem very impressed with how the Director General is handling that particular agency. That said, it is one organization and one individual. They are not able to attend to every last case. So you do have the odd people here and there complaining that we reported to FTCC and nothing was done about it. We've not been attended to. The bullying has continued. Well, I would say that just to justify all righteousness, report to FTCC. Do not be one of these people who has this attitude of, I don't know anybody there. The Mr. Irukera said he's not my friend. So if you already have that negative attitude, then the chances of you getting any positive results in life as a whole are going to be very slim. People have gotten good results from reporting to this agency. Have the mindset that you're going to be named as one of the success stories. This is critical. Point number 4, especially in the event that your personal details have been, just splashed on social media. I have a good friend of mine had the misfortune of having her home address, BVN, account number, everything spread across WhatsApp, Facebook, and so on and so forth. Well, that data is meant to stay confidential and private. Nobody has the right to do that to you. So if you didn't know, I'm telling you now. If they have gone that far, this is no longer an FTCC issue. You take them up with NITDA. NITDA is the National Information Technology Development Agency. If they have leaked your private personal financial details to the general public, report them to NITDA. NITDA will do what they need to do to take, charge of that situation. So that's point number 4. Point number 5, you have to do this in hard copy. Remember that you're dealing with government agencies. And in Nigeria, it doesn't give me any pride to say this, most government agencies are not yet at the top of the digital chain. Newsflash, do it in hard copy. Take it there. Submit it. Look for the appropriate department at the agency that's handling this matter. Approach them, be nice about it. Don't go there with an attitude. They're not the people that got you into this trouble. Be nice, go there, approach people, talk to them well. Establish some kind of rapport or camaraderie with the people there. Get somebody's phone number that you can be keeping tabs on. But by all means, do this in hard copy. Many of the people that have complained of not getting results said that, they reported on the website, they sent an email, they went to the social media sites. Again, just to let you know, this is Nigeria. You will not get much done that way if you're dealing with a government agency at any level, even at federal. So your best bet is to put your complaints, your grouse, whatever it is, put all the details down in hard copy. Preferably typed out, I would say. Go to the website, find out who it is you need to address the letter to. Do your due diligence and go and submit it in hard copy. When you're submitting anything anywhere in hard copy, you bring 2 copies, the original and probably a photocopy. They will take the original, stamp the photocopy, and hand it back to you as received. It is a way of keeping them on their toes. So you don't just write the whatever it is you've written and just take 1 copy and submit anywhere. If you bring it like that, they won't say anything. They will not tell you. So you need to know this. These are some small tips that you might not be aware of, even if you're educated. But for those of us who have worked in government and worked in various agencies, that is how it's done. So I hope you found that particular piece of information useful. Point number 6, follow up. Be it with FTCC, NITDA, you've taken the matter to the police, wherever it is, follow up is critical, which is why I made the point about establishing some kind of rapport with the officials you'll meet in the department that's in charge of these things. I have the mindset that you're going to be one of those people who will also achieve results by reporting the matter to the appropriate authorities. Now, on a parting note, remember I started by saying that please, whatever you do, not just with the loan sharks, whenever you realize that an agency is functioning in an illegal capacity, that is, it has not been licensed, it is not registered, it is in your best interest to cut off all ties as soon as you realize that, because in the eyes of the law, ignorance is not an excuse. But if, after the previous video where I mentioned 8 reasons why you must not have dealings with loan sharks, after this video where I'm telling you what you can do if you're already in trouble with them, I know that people who have not yet taken these loans will hear all these things and still go ahead and do it. It's the nature of human beings. And again, The loan sharks are not going anywhere because there are people making good money from it. You know, there are Nigerians colluding with Chinese to rip off their fellow man, their fellow patriot of hard-earned money. So it's not something that's going to go anywhere, and because it's not going anywhere, people will continue to patronize. So if after all of my warnings and the red flags and everything, you still feel that that is the only respite you have because you are in such dire financial straits that you need to approach them, get another phone. Yeah? Get another phone. Some of us have two phones. Like I have two phones. My main phone, my main line that I've had for well over 10 years, it's not the same one I use for business. The business line has very few contacts in it, largely because I just keep it open to receive, you know, orders, requests, and so on and so forth for my services, and also attend to people's enquiries and so on and so forth. Now, use a small phone. Use a phone that has very few of your personal details, contacts, pictures, and things like that in it. Use that to download their satanic app, so that in the event that you are not able to pay back as and when due, or in the event that they choose to get clever, because there are instances where people pay off, but I don't know whether it's as a result of poor record keeping or just outright malfeasance, they still go ahead and release all kinds of terrible stories about people out there, even after they have paid, and in some instances did not even default at all. In the event that you find yourself on the wrong side of these loan sharks and they decide to send all those messages out, they'll probably be sending them to just about 15 or 20 contacts that you're probably not even very close to. So that is one way of trying to mitigate the damage that they could do to your reputation. But it pays you better to avoid them. Remember that there was a time in Nigeria when you didn't even have access to these services. How are you faring at the time? Why is it that all of a sudden, if you don't borrow that 7,000 naira from a loan shark, that they're requiring you to pay 20,000 naira back in 7 days, you cannot survive? I know most people can no longer cough up the odd small loan because times are generally hard. I would say that approach any of these local saving platforms, these ones that do Adashi, BAM, Ayoyo, all these kinds of things. They usually have services where they can provide soft loans to people that approach them. There are still penalties for defaulting on those loans, yeah, but it never goes to the extent of having your reputation, essentially trampled on. So I would suggest that instead of approaching loan sharks, approach these local saving platforms and do yourself a favor. So if you have found this content useful, if I've made any sense to you, I'm trusting that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. Then tune in again next week when I'll have even more financial tips that will probably be eye-opening for you. Remember also that if you would like to have your small business showcased, if you want MC services, you want to do a feature or a documentary, I'm your plug. See you again next week.